Hello, this is Charting Man Dan of TheChartGuys, where we teach the little guy and girl how to utilize charts to manage their own trades and investments. What do I mean by the little guy and girl? Well, we just had 2 directives signed halting the implementation of a rule that requires financial advisors to act in the best interests of their client. Let that sink in a little bit. The big wigs on Wall Street can play with your retirement and hard-earned money without your best interests at heart. We currently have hundreds of members taking charge of their financial future, and we would love for you to come check out a free week with no credit card required to see if our services would be beneficial on your path to financial independence as well. What we offer, we have a separate course of over 5 hours in length on when to enter and exit positions. And in terms of what we do daily, we have nightly videos, key levels updated each morning before the bell, 2.5 hours of live daily webcam coverage in the morning and in the afternoon, and over 7 hours of educational videos. All of these links can be found in the description of this video. Come check us out. Thanks for watching. Let's get on to the technical analysis. Checking in on CMG VRX Twitter and GoPro daily weekly time frame. CMG bulls not stopping, just keep going. This has been such a beautiful chart ever since we saw the first bull flag here get confirmed. We saw the deep pockets show up, drive the price to the upside. We saw them trap shorts with higher opens after upper wicks of profit taking, increasing bull volume on the way up. It has been a perfect bull run, and ever since we made the bull break of the lower high pattern on the weekly time frame, and that happened in the low 440s, it has been nothing but upside. So a nice continuation move over 467 resistance. We're now looking at psychological levels 475, 480. The next weekly resistance is at 481.63. The trend changed 3 weeks ago, and we've got 3 weeks of follow through to the upside above the weekly upper Bollinger Band, still in breakout mode. If we can close above 465 on the weekly time frame, that will remain the case. VRX is still extremely weak. We've got support down in the low 940s, still holding. 943 is a double bottom the last 2 days. Rejecting from the exponential resistances, bulls are nowhere to be found, and they have to break 989 in order for me to take them seriously in the short term. Weekly time frame still extremely weak as well, and not much to say for the bulls. This is pretty much an ideal bear chart. There is nothing more that you could hope for as a bear out of a chart than what we're seeing on the daily and the weekly time frame for VRX. Twitter bulls are trying to turn things around. Same thing where they have to prove to me that they have some strength, and the middle Bollinger Band on the daily time frame is the level to close over to do that. That's at 1470 and dropping. I'm looking at support of 1412 and 14. That's really the lowest price that we've seen on this move. 1412, so a new lower low hit today. Bulls did buy that dip a bit. $14 psychological, and then the all-time low are the next 2 supports. We are rejecting from the exponential weekly resistance still, and we have to close above 1453 to turn that level into support for the first time in the past 9 months, or 9 weeks, I should say. So that's a very bearish chart as well, and the bears are loving that trend, lower highs and lower lows with no follow-through and no exit signals given by the bulls showing any kind of momentum. GoPro bulls keep showing up, so I've been highlighting the potential for a bearish entry on a loss of the middle Bollinger Band, but we keep holding it, 857, and we closed up at the high, so resistance is 880. Then we're looking at 9 psychological. The Bollinger Bands are very tight. They're now beginning to expand a bit, creating more room for the bulls to continue to the upside, and ideally, for the bulls, we will continue to hold this middle Bollinger Band for the time being. The weekly middle Bollinger Band resistance rejected the high of last week. That's at 898. We are trying to get over these exponential resistances. The bulls have been unable to close above the 8-period exponential resistance for the past month, rejecting every single time. That's at 871. That's the goal for the bulls to close over by the end of this week. So I appreciate you watching. We've got CMG bulls in full control. VRX is the weakest. Twitter not far behind, although they do have a bullish candlestick on the daily after today, and GoPro is probably the second strongest here on the list, but that's not saying much considering the weekly time frame is coming off of all-time lows. So I appreciate you watching. See you tomorrow.